Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, and for the first half of this week's video I find myself in the unenviable position of having to think of interesting things to say about two games I didn't find terribly interesting at all. Sorry. I guess I could try to spice it up by reviewing them in iambic pentameter. Our first review is Wheel World, a game about cycling. No, I can't keep that up, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's a possessed bike, alright. Wow, I didn't listen to any of that conversation. I hope there wasn't any important tutorials in that. I'm riding a bike. Yeah, I'm boosting. I'm in first place. What do you want, game? Wheel World is an open world in which you are a cyclist riding a bike that's been possessed by the ghost of cycling and must now travel around the world winning bicycle races in order to defeat the 5 boss cyclists and restore the 5 parts of the legendary Bicycle of Destiny. Which sounds like the kind of goofy premise that might lead us down a Scott Pilgrim-esque parade of colourful characters and wacky situations, but in practice it really doesn't.
How long is your gooch, if that's your seat?
It's like a very long pez. And their bum is really disappointing, that saddle.
Oh, that's a man in a beard. I thought that was a beaver at first.
It tries to keep the wacky energy up by introducing Portaloos as fast travel points, but it's just too little too late at that point. No, in the end, Wheel World is just a game about having a nice relaxing bike ride through some pretty scenery and feeling the wind in your hair. And there's only so much energy you can infuse into that. See, I thought he was waving his arms to get my attention, but it turns out he was just doing star jumps. How embarrassing.
Wait, you call those star jumps?
Yes, what do you call them?
Jumping jacks. I've never heard another term for those.
Well, welcome to the wonderful world of international dialects. Even the races feel prosaic. Even getting in a high-speed head-on collision with a car doesn't result in the kind of traumatic injury that might make it mildly amusing. The game doesn't find much new to add to the classic racing game formula of holding down the accelerate button, steering, and remembering to slow down for the turns. It's my wife and I have a little running gag we have, where we'll find an old building and she'll say, "Ooh, look at that, an old building. It must be at least 100 years old." And I'm like, "Oh, that's only 200 years newer than my school." You collect new parts for your bike that affect the bike's stats, but whatever difference is made from switching between one and another is so subtle as to have no real appreciable effect.
Oh my gosh. I just saw a butt crack. Yeah? Are you asking them to think about their beliefs and why they believe them?
No, I'm just riding a bike faster than them. Ha ha. Assholes.
Okay.
Can't believe they can't ride a bike as fast as me. They must be a failure in all walks of life. I can't go wrong with limericks, in my view. Oh, man. I'm eating a lot of pavement today. I suppose I could go for more of Wheel World if I had a bunch of podcasts to listen to, but my attempts to relax and go with the flow are kind of spoiled by having to stop and check the map every now and again to make sure I'm heading towards an appropriate icon. In short, this game doesn't really capture the joy of cycling for me, because you don't get to put on really tight shorts and stick your bum right in the face of a line of impatient motorists. And our next game was Luto. No, it's not a burglary-themed dice game, it's a first-person horror game about a clueless twat going through a really cluttered house, which he soon discovers has bizarre looping geometry. Yeah, it's PT again. Weird unfinished drawing that's been framed.
Whoa, not unfinished. It's a sketch.
Hey, I just went through this corridor. Oh, I think I'm being PT'd.
Don't you hate it when you walk through a door and realize you've been PT'd?
Ah, I'm getting PT'd again. I really thought we'd moved past PT as a culture. Actually, it feels closer to something like Layers of Fear, in that it keeps rearranging the rooms of the repeating house and indulging in little set pieces that are probably a visual metaphor for feeling lonely because you murdered your wife or something. Oh man, and now I've been PT'd into the dark.
So the sound of aerosol and someone being an ass?
Yeah, it goes pfft. Oh, there's police sirens outside. We've probably murdered someone.
My favorite room in the house, the upstairs basement.
It's also got a title screen that's weirdly reminiscent of Death Stranding and a cheeky British narrator voice that's clearly trying to get its Stanley Parable on. So that's quite a list of established video games this one's cribbing off. There it goes again. That fucking aerosol. Let's drive me up the wall. Hey. What are my keys doing here? Alright, fine. Let's PT ourselves again.
Come on, everybody. We're going to physical therapy.
Oh, man. I'm going to PT my pants. Oh, stop it. It self-identifies as a walking simulator, but there's a bit more of a puzzle element than one might expect from such a thing, with some of that classic 90s adventure game moon logic we all used to love so much. We are expected to deduce, for example, that a post-it note reading, "Need help?" is telling us that if we press the SOS button on the phone 3 times, then a hammer will fall off a chandelier 2 rooms away. Man, that could only more perfectly evoke Sierra adventure game puzzles if the hammer fell on our head and killed us if we stood 2 pixels too far to the left, and then a text box came up calling us an idiot. But I digress. Hey, guess what? My basement has a downstairs. And therefore, the basement we're currently in is the upstairs basement. Fuck yeah, I'm going down. Where do you think I am? Hey, that's what we're doing. We're doing a Let's Play. Thanks for noticing, game. There's gotta be more to this puzzle that I'm not seeing. There's gotta be a connection. Maybe it's something to do with that painting of a man's bum.
I sure hope so.
Didn't click with this one at all, I'm afraid. I only picked it because it was a horror game and Jesse was on stream and he likes horror games, so I blame him. Our next game is Birdigo, yet another example of someone trying to blend Balatro with Scrabble. Basically, I've decided to play every Balatro-Scrabble hybrid that comes along, because I just know one of these is going to be the only game I ever need to play for the rest of my life. Just that and the New York Times spelling bee. Look how excited that bird is to see the word I'm about to come up with. Look at that consonant safari. No, I reject all of these. Take them away and bring me back something better. Gold letters are worth 5 flaps. Yeah. I always get access to a lot of flaps when I bring gold around to your mum's house. Birdigo sets itself apart from its peers straight away by having an actual theme running through it that isn't just flat, unadorned tiles on a blank background. It's about migrating birds. You control a bird, tracing their migration path, and at each stop you have to play Scrabble words until you score enough points to move on.
The German word for someone who is illiterate is analphabet?
Analphabet.
Analphabet? Make sure to pronounce it wrong. I did pronounce it wrong.
Look at all the birds jiggling up and down. How can you not enjoy that? Look how happy they are. There's no obvious connection. I'd hazard a guess that the dude who made this game probably really likes birds and word games separately and wanted to make a game that was perfect for himself. And you know what? More power to you, big guy. Fucking Jays. As for the rest of us, the visuals let it down a little, the colour schemes are kind of murky, the 3D model's a bit slapdash, and the way the birds keep rhythmically bouncing up and down kept making me want to go to the toilet. Maybe we could have had some jauntier music that they could have been dancing to, rather than the prolonged TV channel close-down sound that the game actually has. Plus 8 power of word is 2 letters long? Get the hell out of here with that shit. What is this game's allergy to vowels, I ask you? Oh, come on, that's a word. No. Start again. As for the word game, it sort of scratches the itch, but the default hand is only 7 tiles, Scrabble style. I think I prefer the wordplay bookworm adventures approach of giving you a whole 16 letters to work with, so you can get some real face-meltingly long words going. With only 7 letters, I kept running into the having too many consonants scenario, aka irritable vowel syndrome. Blew the eggs right out of my bum doing that. We're gonna have to combine consonants, like some kind of caveman. Was it fronts or was it fronds? You'll never know. Not happy with having 2 H's. No one in this world ever needs 2 H's unless they happen to be a Shah. In the end, Birdigo ends up imitating Scrabble in that victory comes down more to finding the cleverest ways to exploit your bonuses and point multipliers than your skill at producing big, impressive long words from your intimidatingly large vocabulary. In other words, when it comes to word games, I'm more into length than girth. And our final game is Fumes, a car combat game doing the now extremely well-established retro-style 32-bit graphics thing, which I guess is fitting, because it was probably the 32-bit era that was the last time there were any decent car combat games. Complaints to the comments, please. Sure would be egg on my face if there were a— I don't want to eat lead, you eat lead. Oh no, it seems that my doom was not the one that came. It almost seems to me that your doom came. Actually, guess someone shouldn't have been talking shit. Fumes is an open-world game set in a Mad Max-style post-apocalypse in which we drive around an empty wasteland, randomly getting into high-speed shootouts with other battle cars, and there's an almost Diablo-esque element where each battle loads us down with new equipable car parts, and every now and again we have to pop into the workshop to swap out our shit for our new best stuff, and mince up the rest for upgrade powder.
Oh!
It's like if that Radan guy was a car. Oh, my car has a soul. Are we Driver San Francisco-ing this bitch? Whee! Perhaps we could offer them some fumes to guzzle as a peace offering. I'm afraid this will have to satisfy your thirst for fumes. It's a gun! Fumes is still in early access, and obviously there's room for improvement. It's happy to let me use the controller in gameplay, but in the upgrade menus I had to switch to mouse and keyboard, and even then the menus are a bit hard to comprehend. But the main gameplay loop does the job, kind of feels like a ground-based version of what most aerial and space combat games are like, i.e. randomly zooming about trying to get your crosshairs onto one of the zooming enemies and hold down the fire button. Even more so during night time, I could barely see anything, so I was just trying to aim for the glowing green health bars. Someone needs to empty their nose. Hey! I meant to do that. Oh, that's a hostile twister.
Yeah, I think by nature they're hostile.
Oh, you cheeky bugger. Shoot at me, will you? I question the purpose of having a day-night cycle at all, actually, and that's not the only thing I question the purpose of. Like, why was I delivering crates to a purple tornado? What am I, weather phenomenon DoorDash? I can't see. Oh, a random fight.
You're gonna go fight Optimus Crime.
Feel the difference. Out of the way, tree. Come back here, Boricon Tweed. Yeah, eat bum. I felt a little underwhelmed. In the end, there's no real way to dodge enemy fire, nor any way for them to dodge yours, and with no ammo limits or cooldowns, it always seemed to come down to battles of attrition, based largely on who showed up with the best armor. But hey, there's virtue in the simple, as your high school guidance counselor once said. More vowel stinginess, which is a crime in the United Nations. +1 hand size, yeah boy.
Oh, fuck.
Yep,
Desert wall.
turns out there was a desert wall possessed by a skull.
Oh my gosh, these cats are crushing. I want font that looks like you had to trace each line of it with a pen 5 times.
When I was growing up, there was just like an Elizabethan era castle near where I lived. We always went there for school trips. Every fucking time. Oh, let's go to Kenilworth Castle for the school trip and learn about Elizabethan England again.
Says, fun fact, strawberries and raspberries, not actually berries.
Oh,
Actual
piss off.
berries include, among others, bananas, eggplants, oranges, tomatoes, and melons.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Actually, technically, meh, 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 meh.
It's not called Go-Kurt or Go-Kart. It's called Go-Gurt with a G.